Today is Christmas and this day is awesome, so it's only suitable to end on an awesome game for the last Christmas episode of Lazy Gamer Reviews Christmas Episodes 2010. Now, last month you might remember the game Fire and Ice, which was reviewed. It was a nifty little platformer by Andrew Braybrook and Graftgold, most well known for its Amiga version, where you play Cool Coyote, coyoteing around, making things cool. Not long after its release, in fact in December of 1992, there was a special edition of the game that was released with the 20th cover disc of Amiga Power. And in case you don't remember, the cover discs were often a huge incentive to buy magazines related to games and computers, because they often included a diskette or later a CD full of awesome games and cool software, like in this case for Amiga Power 20, where you got Lethal Weapon, Fire and Ice Christmas, and Bill's Tomato Game. I've got to take a look at that one sometime. Of course, it's Fire and Ice, the special limited Christmas edition that we'll be looking at here. It starts off with a similar loading screen, just with a difference in text mostly, and also the map at the bottom of the screen is not a map anymore. It's just a cool little logo. Press fire and it will drop you right into the map screen of Cool Coyote Christmas, complete with the same awesome map screen music from the original game. From there, you take the place of Cool Coyote, now Yule Coyote, complete with Santa Claus garb and a nice white beard. I've gotta say, that looks awesome. Mostly, it's the exact same game. In fact, a lot of the textures are really the same. I mean, the first entire world of the full game is this right here, Icy. The biggest difference other than Cool Coyote himself is the fact that there's a lot of snowflakes flurrying down all over the screen, which look very much like your power-up snowflakes, so that can be a little bit confusing when you're freezing clouds, and some of the enemies have different looks to them. The Eskimo dudes are still exactly the same. I guess they were Christmassy enough. Wintry at least. But like these penguins, I don't really know why they have these little crowns on. That's not exactly what comes to mind for Christmas apparel. Maybe it's a British thing. Either way, you're still going to be freezing and shattering their corpses. You might also notice the very frantic sounding Christmassy music in the background, different than any of the tunes from the original game as far as I know. However, this level itself is supposedly reachable as a hidden stage in the original game. At first I thought it was a completely unique level to this special edition, but reading around on the internet, as usual, has re-educated me. But really, it's inconsequential. You have the cool music, you have the new textures, and it's the same old gameplay as Fire and Ice. So if you liked that, you'll like this. If you didn't like that, this won't change your mind, unless you are just heavily into Christmas. The goal is exactly the same. You'll need to get rid of enough enemies and collect all the key parts in order to create an entire key and then get to the end of the level. There are still the annoying puppies to find. There are still the hazards, which remain hazardous. You've got the time limit, you've got the dog bones. And then once you make it up to the top of the level, you have the first boss. Freeze him, shatter him, get some extra lives, jump through the door, and well, that's it. I hope you enjoyed. Buy the full game if you want any more. You know, for what it is, it serves its purpose. It whets your appetite for the full version of the game, which includes this level possibly, and lots of others like this. I wouldn't call this a demo or even a shareware version, though. Like on the PC, you had a shareware version which had the Ice World in Scotland. But this is just one level, so it really is just a special Christmas level. And for a Fire and Ice fan like me, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. If you've played Fire and Ice previously and haven't ran across this one, I'd recommend giving it a try. It's over in a couple minutes, but hey, I can think of lots worse things to do with my time. And if you have never played Fire and Ice before, you should probably just go ahead and try the full game, unless you're in an exceptionally Christmassy mood.